with vampires and then have Craig, eat everyone at the very end. And the response has been pretty rad because we kind of made it into like a mini movie. We figured like let's throw out, we know like MTV doesn't play videos. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
So we figured like let's just do a video for that we know pretty much will just get a lot of online attention, and just not worry about creating a 5-minute video that we know everyone's gonna hate on TV because it's too long. So we just created like a little mini movie.
Awesome. Well, before we get into the video, the 3D video is now up online. Everybody can go, and if you want to watch in 3D, we are now there. So hit us up. And what we just talked about, if you're just tuning in, is one of the bands that Dave Aguilera manages, called I Set to Kill. And I actually want to play one of the songs from that band called Deadly
I
Weapon.
just, while you guys were talking, I was taking a listen to them, and is that her screaming, or does one of the guys do all the screaming?
That's though they have a screamer in the band, but that actual song Deadly Weapons, that's not her. No, that's Craig from Escape the Fate.
Ah, okay. It sounds pretty damn awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that we're talking about them because I literally like today has been so insanely busy because I just got they're doing their new record with Andrew Wade, who did like I consider him a big producer. He did the last A Day to Remember record, which was probably one of the biggest records in that whole Warped Tour scene last year. And he's producing their new record, and I just got the mixes today, and they're ridiculous. I mean, this band, that's the thing is like, I feel like nowadays with music, I feel like so many bands, they just have one record in them, and they put out that first record, and then after that, they kind of slowly go downhill, which is supposed to be the opposite way, If you think of all the greats, back in the day, like Pink Floyd and Zeppelin and, and just all those bands, the more classic rock bands that were, kind of changed music, the Beatles, all of them, the greats. They got better from record to record, and it seems like nowadays the trend is the opposite, and with this band, that's what I love about them so much is just every record, they blow me away, and it's just, I feel like, maybe they're one of those bands that really does it for the art and not so much just trying to, be a cookie cutter clone band that, is just going to try to fit in with whatever today's trend is, because we all know those bands come and go, and no one talks about them 5 years later. If anything, they laugh about them usually.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, let's play the song.
If you like this song, wait till you hear the new record.
Yeah. Here it is, Deadly Weapons from I Set to Kill.
Everyone
was Eyes Set to Kill, Deadly Weapons. My favorite part about that song is the breakdown where the vampires come in on the video.
Yeah, that was like the whole idea with the little mini movie thing, you know?
It's pretty awesome. If you're in the chat room, I put a link up so you can watch the video. If you like the song, you want to see the video. There is.
I recommend watching it because it made absolutely no sense without watching it.
Yeah,
I was listening. I was like, people listening to this right now are just like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. Well, not to mention that the audio is kind of being weird on Jason's part.
No, it was your part. You're misleading me. He goes in the chat room, dude, and he's like, dude, the audio sounds terrible. So I'm sitting here adjusting levels, and he's like, oh wait, I had my speakers down. You should probably
like up from the $5 internet per month to like the $10.
You speaking to me or Josh?
Whoever's doing the show.
Whoa.
That would be Jason in control of that.
Let me tell you something here.
I wanna.
Let's not talk about all the money Jason's dropped on the radio show lately.
Oh God.
What's that?
I said, let's not talk about all the money you've been dropping on the radio show lately.
I'm trying to get it good. We're gonna go big time here soon.
Well, I was really digging the song, man. I have to check those guys out. And they're on your label, Dave?
Well, I'm the A&R for their label, but I also manage them.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I got like 50 jobs. That's what you have to do nowadays if you want to make a living.
Yeah.
That's where
I have a clothing line. I manage bands. I'm running a label. I don't know what else I do. I wish I could get paid for drinking beer. I'd be a millionaire.
We did that on Warped Tour.
Yeah.
I think if you paid people to do that, there'd be way too many rich people in the world.
Very true.
Or drunks. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Drunk and rich, which is a bad combination.
Depends on who you are.
Yeah, I guess.
What is this conversation?
I would add all the underage listeners, plug your ears. I would not mind being a rich drunk guy. I'm gonna be a poor drunk guy tonight. I might as well be rich.
Yeah. You're gonna be drunk no matter what. So.
It was kind of funny. I started my new job down here in Florida, and I actually install windshields in cars, and I had to go install a windshield in a Jaguar for a guy. I think on Thursday, and I go knock on his door. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. He's already drinking beer, living the life.
Nice.
Man,
it must be nice.
3D Movie Man says just get drunk a lot, make a website and put your videos of you being drunk, and then you'll get rich.
All right, I'll make a video tonight, I promise.
All right, I think we're making one now. No, I'm not drunk though, so I kind of fell.
I'm drinking beer right now. I'm drinking Samuel Adams.
Oh yeah.
I think some new beer they got called Noble Pills.
Yeah. Is it good?
Pretty good. I like the typical normal stuff.
I've never been a fan.
What's the beer that has animal fat in it?
Guinness.
No, that's fish bladders.
Fish bladders.
Yeah.
Is it Guinness?
Yep.
That's pretty gross. Why did they put that in there?
Absorbs the settlement. Budweiser used to use pig intestines a while back.
That's really gross.
But it tastes so good.
Yeah.
No, Budweiser just tastes like piss. Am I allowed to say piss or anything like that?
You can't cuss on this show.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
I didn't know. It's the show's like being at dinner at my mom's table.
Yeah. Elbows off the table, please.
Elbows off the table and no swear words.
Fuck you, Jason.
Damn.
That sounds like one of those little like dolls where you hit the button.
Who, Josh did?
Yeah. We used to have a Mr. T. We had one of those Mr. T. It was a Mr. T. You ever seen that?
No.
I pity the fool.
Yeah, and it had like 5 buttons on it. It was just like, I'm gonna get you, sucker. I pity the fool. But we got so good with it, we could like write songs with it and shit. So it'd be like, I pity the fool. I'm gonna get you, sucker. See what happens when you're on the road for too long.
I came back with so many strange things from the road. I was like, why did I buy that?
Yeah, it's called alcohol. It's called not sleeping and a lot of alcohol.
Yeah. Jen in the chat room says that it's a very nice video, and she likes it when they start killing the vampires.
No, see? That was my idea, by the way. I take full credit for that.
So you've produced videos, you produce bands, you're an AR rep for bands, you're managers. When are they coming through the area? When can we interview them?
Well, I don't really produce videos. I just had the thing is like when you have a creative job, like being in a band, and you come home and then there's not too many opportunities in real life to be creative and make a living at it. Unfortunately, I wish there was. So I start to go kind of crazy when I'm home. Literally crazy.
Yeah.
And to where I just want to kind of bang my head against the wall. And so I try to find ways of being creative outside of, saying, hey, I want to give it all up and go back on the road, because I don't want to do that. So I just thought it would be kind of a cool idea to write a video, for the song. And then I turned it into everyone, and everybody looked at me and said, Dave, for real, they were like, what kind of drugs do you take? And I was like, I don't do drugs, dude. I'm like, that's the problem. No, so then my boss was completely convinced that I was like eating mushrooms every day or something. He's like, who thinks of like videos like this? I was like, I don't know, I guess I do. And so I thought they would all shoot down the idea, but everyone liked it, and now it's a video and it's done really well. So I'm stoked, because if not, I would just feel stupid right now talking about it.
No, I like it. I like the theme, and I like the fact that the singer is into the horror movies and the horror stuff, because you were telling me that she got a tattoo of Frankenstein on her arm.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about Alexia from Ice to Kill. Is she's like one of the most like soft-spoken, nice, like real kind of. She's kind of like a Fiona Apple-ish, or like, I mean, where she doesn't talk much, but when she does talk, you listen because it means something. That's kind of her personality.
Yeah.
And but she's also like the sweetest girl in the world, and it's just really funny. Like when she showed up at my house, she had this huge Frankenstein tattoo on her arm, big Frankenstein. Like her whole entire like upper arm was Frankenstein, and I was just like, oh my God, I cannot believe you got that, because it just you don't expect it from her.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would you get Frankenstein? And it was hilarious, because she's all Frankenstein's like me, misunderstood. And I was just like, oh God, I just walked away. I was like, that's so perfect. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I think corporate people might look at that and go like, oh God, it doesn't fit her image or whatever, because they want to see her as like, because she's really pretty too. So they probably just want to like see her as being this like typical like, pretty singer that they can exploit to death, But I think it's even better that she went and got the tattoo, because now it's kind of like a slap back in the face to the rest of those cheesy people, that don't really know anything about art in the first place.
We can get a glimpse of the tattoo in the. I'm getting an echo. Where's that coming from? Where's that echo coming
Yeah, if you look online for I Said to Kill, there's all kinds of pictures of her. You can see it.
Yeah, you can see it in that video that we watched, the Deadly Weapon video. Where was that echo coming from? That was weird. Oh, I guess somebody had their speakers up. So.
I'm looking up stuff on like hate religion stuff right now online.
You're looking up what? Hate religion.
Yeah, I'm looking up stuff on religions that hate people.
Well, we got the #1 interview with them coming up.
I know. Well, I'm just doing some like pre-research on hate groups.
Well, since we're talking about that, why don't we talk about the interview? We'll do the interview later, but after the interview, I sent out a Facebook and put out a tweet that I interviewed the woman from the Westboro Baptist Church, and I got a tweet from her daughter linking me a video saying that, because I tagged my tweet as horror and as with music, because Zombie Popcorn's a horror site and Dave deals with music, and she wrote me or sent me a tweet saying, she goes, I guess the horror is because of Dave, but music with my mom. She goes that the Westboro Church does make great videos after all, and she attached a video of a parody they did of Lady Gaga's song, and calling her a whore and a fake, and that God hates her and all this other stuff. It's crazy.
Because that's what God does. God hates everything.
He does.
How old is her daughter?
I'm not sure. She looks probably about 23, 24.
God preaches the word of hate.
It's true. But I laughed my ass off when I saw it.
God loves all. God's just a big hippie, dude. That's all he is.
Exactly.
He's a big hippie and he loves everybody. He just looks down on us and
he's the happy drunk at the party.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, I love you, man. That's God.
He is, because he doesn't judge.
I mean, if I believed in it, yeah, that's what I would think too.
I believe in God.
You believe in God?
I believe in a higher power.
Yeah.
I don't know if his name's God, but I believe in believing whatever you want to believe.
Yeah. Even these guys?
I believe in zombie popcorn.
We're gonna make a church, the Zombie Popcorn Church.
The Church of Zombie Popcorn.
I believe in Dave Aguilera.
Hell yeah.
I have to, right? Or else how would I get out of bed? We all gotta believe in ourselves. Isn't that what it's all about?
I just remember making vegan white Russians for you and sitting there and on the bus just drinking them every night.
Just getting hammered.
Yeah, we gotta
I go to the Church of Beer.
What's that?
I belong to the Church of Alcohol.
Alcohol.
There's probably so many like anti-alcohol people just like cringing right now.
Yeah, everybody just signed off. Nobody's listening now.
They should sign off. They should call in and berate me about how bad of a person I am pushing alcohol.
Why are you
I
pushing
think Dave's under the impression that a lot of people are listening to the show right now.
We got 45 people. Not really.
Hey, you know what? First show I ever played, there was like 5 people. My mom, my dad, and my brother and sister.
Hold on for a second. This is hold on, don't.
That's the devil. Hurry, hang up. Out.
You can tell Paul to go shoot his wedding and stop calling you and goofing
Paul
off.
Always calls
that is the devil. I know his voice. Hang up, hurry.
Okay, I hung up, man. But yeah, if you were wondering what that crazy noise was, Paul, his wife is a photographer, and that's the reason he's not here tonight, is because he had to go help her with a wedding, do a wedding shoot, and every time he does a wedding shoot, he says it's his worst nightmare because it doesn't matter what wedding he goes to, there's people they always play the same music and they always do the same dances and it's the same thing over and over again. So he always calls me when they play the electric slide.
And they always play AC/DC.
Yeah.
That You Shook Me All Night Long. Every wedding. You shook me up. I remember when AC/DC was like a rebellious thing, and now they play it at weddings.
Yeah.
My mom, speaking of religious groups, the first record, I'm the youngest, so I kind of got to grow up really fast. Thank God. Get it? Thank God. Yeah. But the first record my brother ever bought was AC/DC Back in Black, and it was Ozzy Osbourne, Diary of a Madman or something like that. I don't know. And my mom found them, and I came home from school, and she was in the backyard, and I saw this smoke coming up, and I walked in the backyard from school because I got home before my brother did, and she was burning them in the trash can. Wow. It was so awesome.
That's crazy.
She literally burned my brother's records.
I bet he didn't think so.
My brother, well, no, because he was like 14. I think he ran away from home. He was like, I'm out of here. He's like 15. But I remember thinking like, because I'm pretty much always been a rebellious person. It's just how I am. It's in my DNA, as they say. And I just thought that was the coolest thing in the world because that shit always backfires, you know? And so, like, me being a little impressionable kid, I was like, oh my God, if this music right here could affect my mom that strongly that she wanted to burn the records, then this is for sure what I gotta do
That's
is listen
awesome.
to this.
When I was
And I didn't even realize it until years later. And as soon as I saw her burn those records, I was like totally into metal. I was like, oh, this is awesome, you know? And then I started buying like Slayer records and Maiden and all that crap, you know?
hell yeah.
Yep.
And hiding them from my mom so she wouldn't burn them.
That's so weird because, like, I don't know. I don't know if my mom just didn't care or what, but my mom didn't give two shits about the music that I listened to.
See,
Well, my parents are really religious though, so that was the devil's music.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
My best
For
friend,
real.
his parents
They
were
really believe that.
evangelists, and we were into punk rock and stuff, and they actually stripped him off of all of his clothes, piled up the rest of his clothes in the backyard, and burned them, and made him watch him while they burned his clothes.
Who did that?
No, it was my best friend's parents did that to him.
Oh my
Back
God.
when I was in like middle school and stuff.
Yeah, and it's just stupid, you know, because really, did that do anything? No, it probably made them more punk rock.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I think that's the thing, is like, you know, I just turned 39 last Monday, and I think like the thing I've realized that life, or I guess like the thing that I've realized, you know, by watching other people as I grow up, is like the people that truly seem like happy are the ones that are balanced.
Yeah.
And I really believe that that's the key to life is to be balanced, you know, no matter what you do. If you're religious, that's fine. Just have balance. If you're really into partying, that's fine too. Just be balanced about it. You know what I mean? And it's like too many people, they just go too extreme. Oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna party you know, I'm gonna drink alcohol. Okay, I'm just gonna get, you know, fucked up every single night, and then they're an alcoholic, you know, by age 25, or they get into religion because something bad happens to them or whatever, and they find God and that makes them feel good about themselves. And the next thing you know, they're just like condemning all their friends and, you know, and you know, living this crazy, weird religious, you know, life, you know, that they always fall out of. No one sticks with it,
Yeah.
you know, and then as soon as they fall out, then they're extremely bad, you know what I mean? Because they've been so extremely good, you know, for the last whatever 10 years or whatever. And it's just like the people that just kind of chill and go through life and just try to be balanced and just try to be an overall good person, I think are the people that are the happiest, you know, the hippies.
It was funny because Matthew, you know, if y'all listen to Zombie Popcorn from the Matthew show, he's in the chat room now, and we grew up in the same city, and he's talking about. Actually, I should bring him in on this conversation so he can add his 2 cents. Our town was hardcore religious, and there was a big Satanist scare that we had to grow up around, where we couldn't wear black shirts. We were given one-way hallways in the school. We definitely no Iron Maiden shirts, he says. No black on Friday. It was really crazy. Hey, Matt, you want to come in? Oh, he doesn't have it. Never mind. Hold on for a minute. Come on, y'all talk. Don't fill me with dead air.
Matt, X out the porn site and come in.
I'm calling him now. He should be coming in. Hello? Oh, it's ringing.
He's my internet sucks. I can't stream porn and talk on Zombie Popcorn at the same time.
Can't do it all.
My internet rules. I got like 3 porn sites up right now. I'm talking to you guys.
Drinking a beer, just
See, I got like 2 ears open. Kidding me?
talking. You're double fisting with porn sites. I don't know if I should say that, but
Keep it PG.
I guess. Yeah. He's not gonna answer.
Right now he's like in the bathroom going pee, just like, oh God, hurry.
So Dave, what ended up happening with Bleed the Dream? How long have you guys not been touring and stuff now?
Um, well, we rocked it hard, I'd say, from like 2003 to 2006.
Uh-huh.
Toured the world, put out a bunch of records on our own, made a bunch of money off those, got signed to a record label, put out a bunch of records, made no money off those. And then we parted ways with our singer in 2006, which was probably the worst decision we ever made.
Right.
But it kind of had to be done at the time. I mean, we just all hated each other.
Right.
So,
But didn't I see you in New York? You were at the I think it was the Hard Rock or the
Nokia.
Yeah, the Nokia Theater.
Yeah.
On Times Square with your new singer.
Yeah. And you know, I guess the thing is like, you know, we got a new singer and stuff. We should have just changed our band name, you know. The band just completely sounded different. Yeah. We should have just started a new band, and we didn't. And, you know, looking back in retrospect, you know, if it was a band that I was managing or something, I would have just told them, hey, the new band's cool, I dig it, but it's not Bleed the Dream, you know, like just start a new band with your new singer. But we didn't, which was a bad decision looking back now. So we did a record with him, and everyone hated us because we didn't have Brandon in the band. And then we broke up. We broke up in 2007. We did the Warped Tour, and that was the last tour we ever did. And then we all started hanging out again, me, Keith, and Brandon, our original singer, and we all, you know, we made up. We all said sorry for, you know, all the dumb crap we had done on the road to each other. And now we're all besties again. So since then we've done some shows, you know, we've done a couple, we try to really make our shows worth something. So we did a show and we did a show on Scott, our original drummer. He died of leukemia, and so we did a show on his birthday, and we did a toy drive, and we told we basically, if you don't know the history of our band, we're all kind of knuckleheads. So we put out this post saying like, hey, we're gonna play Chain Reaction. It's the only show we're doing this whole year with Brandon, and if you want to come see us play, you got to bring a toy, and if you don't bring a toy, we're gonna be standing at the door and we're gonna punch you in the face. And you know, obviously it was a joke, but it was pretty hilarious because we did this show, and when we drove away, we had 3 Suburbans full from top to bottom with toys, and we brought those to the children's the hospital for children with cancer, and we brought them all to there, and it was amazing. I mean, it was like tear jerking, you know. So it was rad. We try to now when we play shows, we try to just make it more about giving something back to the fans and trying to raise like awareness for something, or, you know, raise money for the homeless or whatever. But since then there's been like a lot of people just saying like, please put out another record. And so we have actually a new record coming out in 2010 this summer. Whether we tour or not, you know, we'll see. I highly doubt it, but we're definitely going to do a new record. We have a couple of new songs that are going to go up on iTunes actually just in about 2 months. So we have about 40 songs we've written in the last couple of years that we've just never finished because we weren't a band, and because everyone's in other bands and stuff, and I'm managing and stuff, so we just haven't had time. But we're finally going to do it. So, you know, we're off our record label. We're putting it out ourselves. It's just a cool way for us to be totally creative and in control. And give back to all the fans, you know, that hated us for getting rid of Brandon. So it's like, all right, he's back, and we're gonna put some songs out for you guys and do it our way. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. No pressure.
Yeah. In the chat room, there's Jen in the chat room says that she can't wait to hear it. She's excited about it, about the new stuff. And I sent you a link so you can join in the chat room if you want.
Right on. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. We're actually gonna we already did. We went and recorded a bunch of our songs off of Built by Blood, that were heavier songs. We did them acoustically, and they sound completely different. We didn't just do them like cheesy acoustic. we like full on did them acoustic with some beats and it's a whole different like style for us. It's kind of a 30 Seconds to Mars meets like Bleed the Dream, but it's like songs that are already like kind of our hits. So we took like basically what we did. I'm not going to tell you which songs yet, but we basically took like 3 or 4 of our biggest hits and we re-recorded them completely different, like acoustic chill style. And those will be up on iTunes in like a couple of months. I'm not plugging the band. Don't worry, I'm not selling it. You asked me.
No, you're plugging. We didn't say anything.
Dude, I told you I'll plug myself. That's about it. Or
And
my
Peanut.
dog. That
I was about to
sounds,
say, you were talking about plugging your dog earlier.
dude, I'll plug anything. I don't care.
Speaking of plugging anything, why was Peanut on the Dog Whisper?
Because she's a bitch.
I should grab that link. For the listeners who don't know, well, actually, you should tell this story, Dave. How is Peanut related to you?
Peanut's technically my girlfriend's dog. She's an oldie but a goodie. She's like I think she's 10 or 11. Um, and yeah, basically like I met this girl. She's my girlfriend. Her name's Shelley. Hi Shelley for listening, but she's not. She doesn't give a shit about anything I do. And just kidding. And
That's the
but
only time she listens. She hears that.
But anyways, so yeah, so she has this demon dog. It's a little Chihuahua, a little Mexican, my little Mexican. That's what I call her, my little señorita. And she's just mean. And when I met Shelly, I was like, oh, this dog's so cute. I did the same thing everyone does. Oh, so cute. And then she tried to rip my face off, and everyone was like, a dog will never like you. She hates everyone. And I was like, listen, I am the dog whisperer. I'll get this dog to love me within like a month. And then sure enough, like now the dog's like my best friend and stuff, but she still hates everybody. So my girlfriend sent in a video to Dog Whisperer and was just like, I got this dog and she's like the cutest thing in the world and everyone loves her to death, but she just wants to like bite everyone's hand off when they try to pet her. So Caesar came down and filmed us and stuff. And the show did so well. That show's old. Like they're still airing it because I guess like Peanut's so popular on the show.
Yeah.
So they keep running reruns. They just did it like 2 weeks ago. They ran reruns, but yeah, they did it like 2 years ago, and they keep doing recaps. And then they did killer Chihuahuas, and they took like the worst of all Chihuahuas, and they called her the devil dog and stuff. It's pretty funny.
I love when the big dog is coming to the room on the Dog Whisperer. There's a scene where Peanut's on the floor and these big dogs, huge dogs, walk into the room, and Peanut just is like gets all tough and barks at them, and they all run off with their tail tucked in. And he's like standing there. Peanut's standing there going, "That's right, I own this place."
Peanut's a badass, dude. She will pretty much lunge at anyone. It's hilarious. But it sucks because she's so cute. She's so like that dog that everyone looks at her and goes, "Oh,"
Yeah.
and then I gotta like warn them like, "Don't do it, don't pet her,"
That's awesome.
And then everyone does. They try to pat her, and the next thing you know, they're jumping back 10 feet.
Somebody have speakers on? Josh,
You what?
anybody have their speakers on and listening to the program? We're getting an echo.
This is what we're doing. Hold on.
Somebody's giving me echo. Yes, definitely alien interference. All right, it's gone. That was loud. Anyway, no, I'm looking for the link that you posted with Peanut, so I can put it in the chat room so people can see.
Oh, I can find it.
I think you want to talk about your
my
porn
God,
for Bibles?
Are you friends with my girlfriend on Facebook, Shelly?
I don't know. I'm on your profile. You just posted not too long ago, didn't you?
Yeah, it's on my profile, but it's all on hers too.
Anyway, tell us about this porn for Bibles at Texas College thing you posted.
Oh, isn't that amazing? But but the way I look at that, it's kind of funny. But they're just another hate group too, because they're hating on the Bible. Like I said, it's all about balance,
Yeah.
Like I think it's so funny that they're like, turn in your Bible to us and we'll give you free porn. I would have just went and like found a Bible just to get the free porn.
You can go to a hotel and pull them out of all the drawers.
Yeah, I bet you they got so many Gideon Bibles.
Yeah. How's that?
Isn't the Gideon like religion? It's not even a real religion, right?
Yeah, it is.
But there's no Church of Gideon anywhere. Is there? There's not like a. It's not like you can go to the Gideon Church, is there? I think they just make Bibles. I could be wrong.
I don't know the history of them.
Hey, 40 listeners, do your research and get back to us. Find out if it's a real Church of Gideon.
Hello.
I'm right here.
No, I'm just. Matthew in the chat room says that the words of the prophets are no match for naked ladies.
I don't know. There's some pretty good prophets.
I don't know. I just put the link to the Dog Whisperer with Peanut in the chat room if you wanted to watch. Peanut. But yeah. I'm gonna it's almost, what is that noise? That's driving me nuts. I think it's Josh though. I'm gonna blame everything on Josh.
Probably me.
Are you typing, banging on stuff?
Well, I'm trying to log into this thing. Your chat room.
That link not working for you?
Well, it's a Skype chat room, right?
No.
Oh.
Here, let me give you a link on Skype. This is great radio right here.
What?
I just sent you a link on Skype.
Oh, someone just did it.
You in? Anyway.
Yeah.
How's that? Can you hear me now?
I give up. I'm not trying to chat. Sorry, people. I tried.
You tried.
I'm more of a talker, anyways.
Yeah. Well, I just didn't know if you wanted to see the
I can see their chat. I can see all their shit. I just can't respond.
That's fine.
But that's fine.
You can respond with your voice, so it's all right.
Yeah, I need my hands anyways with the porn.
With the porn and the beer.
Yeah, I'm kind of busy. Sorry, typers. I'm sure I got like 2 fans on here. I think I have a total of 3 fans in the whole world. So at least when I knew the Bleed the Dream record comes out, I'll sell 3 copies.
That's good.
Yeah, that'll buy me Taco Bell for sure.
What's that?
I'm an optimist. Try to look at the brighter side in life. Oh, I got the history of Gideon.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
Oh, it's just a bunch of crap.
It's no good.
It's just always the same thing, you know?
Yeah.
That's the problem with religion. No offense to religious people. It's really boring.
Well, what's the history so the rest of us can know?
It just it's the same thing for every religion. All like 90% of all religions started in the late 1800s. If you ever do any research, except for obviously the Catholic Church and all of them. But all like the newer ones, you know, it's always like back in 1878, you know. Anyways, it was founded in 1899 by some missionary arm of the church. Some professor, some professional man associated, blah, blah, blah. It's boring.
It's boring. It's just some guy made it.
John H. Nicholson of Janesville, Wisconsin, came to the Central Hotel at Boscobel, Wisconsin. Yeah, it's just got the whole thing. But I still don't think there's a whole church.
I don't know.
That was his whole thing, I think, was like the hotels. That's why they're always in the hotel. It's a ploy to make money. They sell a lot of Gideon Bibles to the hotels. You know that, right?
Well, that's their main business, I guess.
Dude, kidding me? Religion's all about money.
Let's take a break from religion real quick and get Josh back on because he wanted to talk about a couple movies he's seen. Because Josh, for you, Dave, that don't, Josh used to live here where we live in Norfolk, Virginia, and he recently moved and has been off the show. He's been a co-host for a while, but he's been off the show for almost a month, a little bit longer, and now he's back. And he normally does movie reviews for us, so I want to get him back on and do that real quick. Where you at, Josh?
I'm here.
So you saw Wolfman?
I did see the Wolfman. And I know me and you were talking about it a whole lot, and you were really excited about seeing it.
I haven't seen it.
And
was it good?
I saw it, and it was entertaining, but it was very forgetful. Like I don't know. It didn't blow me away at all.
So it sucked.
It didn't suck. I mean, I didn't feel like, well, I didn't pay to see it, so I can't say I don't feel like I wasted my money. But um, I don't know. It seemed very rushed. Like it didn't allow enough time for the story to breathe, I guess. And I've never seen the original Wolfman, so I have nothing to compare it to.
Oh, that's right. What? We're back at this 3D movie, man. You want to take this one? You want me? Um, yeah.
So
Hey, what was the daughter's name of that religious group?
Megan.
Megan. I'm looking for her on
I have her on a link from her on Zombie Popcorn. But anyway, so you couldn't compare to the originals, and you still didn't like it.
I didn't say I didn't like it. It just wasn't superb. I mean there was really good things about it, but I felt like they just didn't do a very good job making it.
Yeah.
So not that I'm saying don't see it. It's so terrible that you can't see it. I would recommend anybody to see it, especially if you're into horror movies and like the Wolfman and stuff. But it definitely not the best werewolf movie in my opinion.
And what is the best werewolf movie?
I don't know. I don't really have a. I used to be really into werewolf movies, and I haven't seen a good one in a while. I really liked Brotherhood of the Wolf, but I don't know if that's technically a werewolf movie.
3D Movie Man says throw some Universal classics into your Netflix.
They're actually in my queue. I just haven't gotten them in yet. They're down like at the bottom of my list.
Why don't you explain what a queue is for those who aren't hip to their Netflix?
That's where you put movies that you want to come in your mailbox.
Yeah, but if you're super hip, then you can have your online queue.
Yeah, but you can't watch all their movies on the online queue.
I know. They sucker you in when you first sign up. You're like, oh my God, you mean I can rent? And then you
That's
like
true,
think
man.
you can get like, I don't know, a classic, like Superman 4.
There are some. They do have some really good stuff on the online queue.
Yeah, they got like they got like the really like old ones, like the old comedies like Fletch,
Yeah.
Caddyshack. Good, hangover movies. That's what I call those.
Fletch is a good movie though, no matter what.
When it's like Sunday and you're super hungover and you just hate the world and you're just like, oh my God, just all I want to do is keep the curtains closed and drink a beer to like feel normal and eat a bunch of aspirin and like greasy burritos. You put on Fletch, just makes it a little better.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is for 3D Movie Man. He wanted to know since the classic movies are in the bottom of my queue. He wants to know what's at the top of my queue. Currently, I'm waiting for Hellraiser 3 and Young Frankenstein to get to me.
Both good movies. Well, Hellraiser 3 is not that great of a movie.
The only reason I'm getting it is so I will be able to have the third movie in my collection.
But it's in a queue.
And I haven't seen any other Hellraiser past that one either. So
Oh, okay.
say hello to my dogs.
Hello, dog.
What's a good I'm not hip to my this is a good topic. I'm not hip to my horror movie online queue availability on Netflix. What's some good ones?
Anything? Well, you have to watch Machine Girl, Tokyo Gore Police, Frankenstein Girl versus Vampire Girl.
Oh my God, you're going way too fast. You're gonna have to email it to me.
All right, I'll send you trailers too.
Oh, I can do it, dude. This is sick. I can like watch this while we're talking because I have one of those really like dope DVD players. That gets the internet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I can put them on my instant queue and then they play on my flat screen.
Very
Dope.
nice. Dope.
Yes, I took my publishing check and bought a flat screen. I am responsible.
Jason, did you ever watch Mom and Dad?
No, I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched anything in a while. I've been.
What have you been doing?
Stalking me.
Yeah. I've been staring at Dave's photos all day. No,
He's been trying to
I've
open
been
his
picking up
new
the slack
business.
since somebody left the show. Oh.
Oh,
Ah.
that was cold.
I'm just
You're gonna make him cry now.
Don't cry. We made him cry before.
I'm really crying on the inside. Actually, Jason's wife kicked me out of their apartment one night.
You know how many apartments I've been kicked out of? Jesus. I got
Just
kicked out of,
because-
I got yeah. I not only got kicked out of my friend's apartment one time, I got kicked out of his building. The manager of the building said that guy is never allowed to come here ever again. And it wasn't like a 4-unit apartment building. It was like it was like 300 units. It was like a big, huge apartment building.
Jason was forced to leave a building because he abused the landlord of the building.
On your going away party.
At my going away party, he couldn't even go because the landlord wouldn't let him in the building.
He said I assaulted him and almost broke his nose. And I was on the phone setting up an interview for Zombie Popcorn.
That's amazing. All my stupidity stories like that, at least I can say they were all like 10 years ago. I got nothing new good, but yeah, I woke up one time in my friend's bathtub, all bloody. It's a quick story. It's really good though. We went to this party. It was like a costume party, you know, and like I hate costume parties. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was a pajama party. So we all rolled in our pajamas, and I was wearing slippers and stuff, and it was like middle of winter, and then the winter here gets kind of cold sometimes. So it's like 40 degrees outside, whatever. We go to this party. My boy and his girl, they're like, hey, we're gonna go home early, and like, you know, whatever. So I'm like, I'm staying. I'll get a ride home. So I roll back, and they're passed out drunk inside their apartment. I can't get in. I spend like an hour trying to like jimmy the window open, you know, and their kitchen window open, and it's in this apartment building. And then next thing I know, my hand goes through the window. I'm all bloody. I'm super drunk, right? I'm in my slippers. I walk through the mud trying to climb up their balcony. I couldn't get in, whatever. So I'm like, well, the window's broken, so who cares? So I climb through this window. I cut myself more while I'm climbing through the window. I land in the sink. I like crawl through the kitchen floor. And I'm like, well, I got to wash this blood off me, you know? So like I climb in the shower, right? And as I'm in the, you know, like when you're like hot, I don't know, for me, I love water. And like as soon as like the hot water hit my head, I was like, oh, a nice hot bath would sound great. Would just feel so good, you know? So I like plugged the bathtub up and I'm like chilling in this bubble bath. Yeah, I woke up like 6 hours later in a bubble bath by my friend like hitting me in the face going, dude, what are you doing? The whole entire apartment's flooded. It's on the second story. Water's dripping down to the first story. The water's all full of blood and shit. It was so awesome. Landlords yelling at me. They kicked me out of the building. It was so great. One of the best nights of my life.
Sounds like it.
It was, man. It was a good time. It was scary. I woke up and I didn't know what was going on. I was like, why am I in a bathtub full of blood, you know? And why is there water all over the carpet and everything?
I was drunk.
Yeah. That was one of those nights where you kind of like go, maybe I should take it easy a little bit.
It's too late for that. I'm gonna mute you, Josh.
Sorry.
Hey, have you guys heard of a movie called Suka Band Boy?
What is it?
Suka Band Boy?
No.
Oh, it's in my Netflix because I just ordered on my instant online queue Machine Girl.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love the first 15 minutes of that.
It recommended that I should get Suka Band Boy.
Let me look at it.
You guys should have like a whole section on here where you just talk about like Netflix and like what cool movies there are to rent on there because there's so many Netflix nerds.
See, I don't have Netflix. I'm not really into that.
Actually, Jason, you did a post about that movie Dead Snow not too long ago.
Yep.
The Russian the Nazi zombie movie or whatever.
Yeah.
It's on the Netflix instant queue.
Yeah, I have it.
Oh, I just got it.
And
supposed to
you can get the first 3 seasons of Fraggle Rock.
Oh, see now
really?
you're sold.
And you can get Weeds too.
Weeds is an awesome fucking show.
Yeah. She's like the MILF of all MILFs.
I agree. I agree with you completely, sir.
Left turn.
For those of you that don't know what a MILF is a mom that likes to blue. Beep.
Wait, hold on. We're going that direction, huh?
So okay, I'm pretty I'm pretty interested to get into what these extreme religious people had to say.
You wanna do the interview now?
I think we should go to the interview because I want to know what these crazy people said.
It's only 8 o'clock. It's still early.
It's the top of the hour.
It's top of the hour. Okay, we'll start off the top of the hour with the music video of "I Hate" or "God Hates" Lady Gaga. We can do that.
Wait. Oh, wait. How do I see this?
What's that?
I want to see the video.
It's on Zombie Popcorn under "God Hates Lady Gaga." I'll put the link in the chat room.
Okay.
Mama, mama. Mama, mama. Let's go. Mama, mama. Mama, mama. You wanna strut like you're unique, but baby, please. Monster lady, gay, show your teeth, this is all me. God hates you. Fake love substitution is your game, you're just a fraud. But any half-wit sees your hateful fans and for your God. Oh, 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 you pissed off God, you'll see what he's got. You ain't God, no, you ain't got no poker face. You show your thumb to everybody. You just got, yeah, you just got your whorish face. Show your thumb to everybody. No, poker face, no, poker face. No, poker face, no, poker face. You wanna lie to them and hell you all will be. A little fire is all fun when you're with me. God hates you. Russian roulette is what you're playing, silly clod. But every chamber's loaded when you're playing with your God. Oh, 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 you pissed off God, you'll see what he's got. You ain't God, no, you ain't got no poker face. You show your filth to everybody. You just got, yeah, you just got your whorish face. Show your filth to everybody. No, poker face, no, poker face. No, poker face, no, poker face. You can't tell them that you love them, you despise them and you're bluffing, you got nothing, so you're lying, you're just hating on the truth game running. Just like a freak out playing dress up, stole your costumes, they can't help you out, got promises, your destruction's so marvelous. You ain't got, no, you ain't got no poker face. You show your filth to everybody. You just got, yeah, you just got your whorish face. Show your filth to everybody. No, poker face, no, poker face. No, poker face, no, poker face.
All right, dude, you can turn this off now. That's horrible.
Well, what did you expect? Something really awesome coming from them?
That's just terrible. At least if you're gonna make a parody of somebody's song, be able to sing properly to do it.
Well, they also did a parody of Michael Jackson's, I think it was Thriller.
I don't understand these people.
Wait until you hear the interview.
Yeah, I'm stunned. I'm speechless.
I'm actually a Lady Gaga fan, and that was terrible.
I was until I found out she was really a girl. I liked her better when it was controversial. I was hoping she had a wiener, but then I found out she didn't.
You like girls with wieners?
No, I just thought it was just more fun.
What was that?
That was Bad Romance by Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga is actually a really, really, really talented singer. If you if you look her up on Google and see some of the stuff that she did like 5-6 years ago before she turned into Lady Gaga, she's a great singer.
Oh, I play piano, and she is
rips on
a
piano.
phenomenal piano player.
Yeah, and, like everyone just is like so preoccupied with her haircut, you know. She's talented.
That's how you get the attention.
Yeah. No, it works.
When she first came around, I was just like, whatever, any kind of I just thought it was all the new pop thing or whatever. I didn't really pay attention to it, but
whatever, you were here, you're like, I'm really into Lady Gaga.
No, this
he
was
heard about the
after I
rumor.
figured her out.
That's just because he heard about the rumor with the wiener.
Yeah, he's like, oh, she might got a wiener.
She might have a wiener. I'm into it. Just admit it, dude. Oh, I'm watching this video too. See, she looks good in that video.
But I don't know. I like the fact that she just tries to make people hate her. Like, I don't know. It's the pop version of Marilyn Manson, and everybody's said that.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys notice in the you Hate COD video the really bad American Apparel ripoff blank she was wearing?
No, I didn't pay attention to that. I just thought it was kind of crazy that when they said you pissed off God, they showed the Twin Towers. So
that part kind of like made me mad because it's like, what does that have to do with anything? And then, but you know what really made me mad? The fact that she couldn't even comb her hair. She was like, I'm gonna make a video for YouTube and I'm gonna pull my hair back and not put any makeup on.
I don't think she normally wears makeup.
But you'd think like, you know, hey, I'm gonna do this parody video. I'm gonna at least comb my hair. No, I'll just pull it back. Screw it.
Screw it. I'm gonna half-ass do this video, man.
Yeah, she like was washing dishes and then jumped in front of the camera.
Yep. I'm surprised.
It's like I said, they just half-assed everything. If they really wanted to do it good, they should have went all out.
I don't know. You can't get good hate from Christians anymore.
Oh, yes, you can. There's some good stuff. Comes from the Middle East. They know what's up.
They know what's up.
They hate the proper way.
Yeah, when they decided they go all out.
Yeah. They don't half-ass it.
They don't half-ass it at all. If there's two, they're gonna knock them both down.
Yeah.
Okay.
That upsets me.
Sorry, I don't have a very PC attitude.
I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
Josh is definitely back because back before, we would always say, please
I'm
direct
making
your
fun
hate mail
of
to
mentally handicapped people. And
that'd be Josh at zombiepopcorn.com.
Notice how it got really quiet all of a sudden. Everyone's all,
Oh, nobody in the chat room's talking. They're all like, fuck this, I'm out of here.
hey, you want zombie popcorn to get somewhere? Start pissing people
That's
off.
what 3D Movie Man just said. He said controversy sells. Ratings will be huge.
Yeah. I know what I'm doing. You just let me do my thing, buddy.
All right. I gotta put a disclaimer on the show now. The views and opinions expressed on Zombie Popcorn do not reflect.
Or just those of Josh Browning.
Yeah, the view.
Have you guys ever watched this video? She looks hot in this video.
What, the Christian lady or Lady Gaga?
Well, both of them, but mainly Lady Gaga.
You think Megan is hot?
That was like when McCain and Palin were running for president. Everybody's like, "Dude, did you see Sarah Palin? She's hot for an older lady." Yeah, she's still a friggin' idiot.
Yeah, she's definitely an idiot. She's like that lady. You ever have like a friend when you're growing up and the mom thinks she's cool and wants to hang out with you? You know,
Yeah.
and you're just like,
she used to buy beer
that's
for
her.
us. No, I'm just kidding.
She's trying to hang out with her kids and be cool.
Yeah.
This video is rad.
You watching Bad Romance?
I recommend everyone watch this Lady Gaga video. It's
Yeah, it's on the same link in the chat room if you want to see it. It's actually pretty good.
It's a really good video.
Yeah.
You know, that's an unfortunate thing for videos that really suck nowadays because the record companies don't want to put any money into videos anymore because there's nowhere to play them.
Yeah.
No, exactly. And that's what I don't know who I was talking to about it, but it might have been you, Jason. I don't know, but we were talking about. Yeah, it was you. We were talking about all these bands that are on labels, and the labels will take the videos off of YouTube and stuff when they're not going to get played anywhere else.
Yeah.
So you might as well just put the rights up and let them play. 'Cause that's the only place kids are going to see them nowadays. You're not going to see it on MTV. You might catch it on Fuse.
Yeah, and Fuse doesn't even play videos anymore.
Nobody does.
Right, Fuse is only on the air for like 8 hours a day.
Yeah, MTV only plays videos from I think it's
Lady Gaga.
They play videos. They play rock videos like smaller bands, but it's from midnight I think to 7 in the morning
On Fuse?
on MTV.
Oh, MTV.
I wasn't even aware MTV played videos at all anymore.
Yeah, they have like a midnight show.
Every time I switch it to MTV, it's either Well, actually, it's either Sucker Free Countdown or Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory or Jersey Shore.
3D Movie Man in the chat room says VH1 has videos in the morning.
Yeah,
VH1
VH1.
always plays videos. They play like metal bands from the '80s, or they always have these like shows.
Yeah.
VH1's pretty dope. Yeah, the videos, like if there's any bands listening, videos are pretty much just like they they're a marketing tool now. Before they used to be like a cool thing, cool way for like a band to, get their music out there. And now they're just no more than a marketing tool. They're just a marketing tool. It's no more than doing like a band photo.
Yeah.
It's a cool way for a label to go, oh hey, we want to drum up some interest in the band. How can we do it? Okay, cool. Let's do a video and have it like released exclusively on MySpace or BuzzNet or something like that.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
music fans now, the young kids are getting gypped when it comes to music promotion.
Well, yeah, because there's no money.
Yeah. Well, it's just,
Yeah,
it's just really stupid that
the music business is suffering so bad right now. It's not even worth it to even try to be a small band, just because you're not going to make any money. Everybody's downloading stuff now, and
Well, I don't know.
you're going to make money is on tour. And if you're paying $3 a gallon for gas, you're still not making money.
Hey Matt, are you still in the chat room? Because Matt, he plays live in Second
Now
Life.
Matt actually makes money, and he doesn't even leave his house.
Yeah. We talked about that when we interviewed him a couple weeks back. I'm just curious to how well he's doing. But I guess he's no longer in the chat room. But
The way to make money nowadays in a band is touring. It always has been, but now it really is.
yeah.
You have to tour. That's the only way you make money. You make money off your merchandising and stuff. Record labels, everything suffers because people download music. And so if you're wondering why everything's suffering and why records don't sound as good as they used to and why videos aren't as good as they used to and all that, it's our own faults. I do it too. You know what I mean? I'm just as big a problem, and I'm in the industry.
But how's that? I mean, because there's bands that have huge followings that gave out
because
music
they
for
can
free.
afford to.
But I mean, like bands like Fish and Grateful Dead and all those and that genre of music, they give out their music for free, just because they say because they appreciate their fans.
But then they turn around and they sell their tickets for their shows for $100.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like those are, you're talking about bands that have cult followings. If you have a cult following, if you go to see Barbra Streisand play live, how much do you think those tickets cost?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those tickets are like $350. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, well,
she can
my
afford
wife
it.
and I went and saw Paul McCartney last year. Those tickets cost us $100 a piece, and they were good seats. They weren't great seats.
But he doesn't even give away free music. He charges full price for everything.
Right.
Yeah. But most of the bands that give out free music, they do it on a donation basis.
Yeah.
And they end up making more money in the long run because, well, first off, the only way a band can do that is if they're not signed. Like when Radiohead did it, they were finally out of their deal with Capitol Records. And so they were like, okay, well, we're free and clear. We can put out music on our own label. So we're just going to give it away and do it on a donation basis.
Well, Thursday did the same thing when they were pissed off at Victory.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Well, the reason bands, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But don't even get me started with that. But on the major label deal, you know what I mean? Like with a huge band and you're talking about a huge act, most people are gonna go on there and donate $5, let's say. All right, cool. I'll give them $5 for the record. You know what I mean? I got it for free. The thing that no one realizes, most bands only make a couple of bucks on a CD.
Yeah.
So if Radiohead got let's say on average like $5 per CD, they cleaned house. They made more money on that record than they ever did when they were on Capitol Records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a genius idea.
And they have better control of it too.
9 Inch Nails did it with the last album they released. They gave it away for free on the website.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they can afford that.
It's all money, dude. Like, as long as you have a smart manager, there's creative ways to make money. I mean, there's like when you, I don't want to say who because I don't want to piss off any bands, but like, there's been some famous bands that have given their record away like on MySpace.
Yeah. And
like everyone thinks they're giving it away, but they're not because what they do is they say, hey, log on to MySpace and to download our record for free. And then what it does is it forces everyone to go to MySpace, right?
It's like advertising. Like
It's full on advertising. And then what happens is what they do is they cut deals with MySpace and they say, hey, we're going to give our record play for free on MySpace. You're going to get this much traffic, and you're going to pay us, 50 grand to do it, and we're going to get a piece of all of your banners and all the money you make off your banners and stuff while our record's up there, Yeah. And it's not just MySpace. I mean, everyone does it. It's
there's
smart
nothing
business.
wrong with
I would
that.
do it.
That there's nothing wrong with bands doing that.
No, I think
that's
it's
a
totally
very
smart.
intelligent. Yeah, I mean, because that's the way. I mean, it would be no different than them buying, somebody to wheat post a whole block in New York City or something. This is just the newer version of it.
It's all it is. It's the people always think like there's always those cheeseball people that want to talk about credibility and stuff. It's like you can talk about credibility all you want, but at the end of the day, I know because I've been out there, and Jason, because you've been out there. Credibility will not put gas in your van to get you from Kentucky to Kansas.
No.
You know what I mean? Credibility will not, will not get you the money to have a van. You know what I mean? It will not have. It won't give you the credibility. It won't give you the guitar that you need to pay for. You know what I mean? To play in front of people. Yeah. And that's what people don't realize. It's like, yeah, you can sit here all day and argue about credibility, but that's not going to put food on your plate. And if you want to survive, you got to put food on your plate.
What 3D Movie Man is saying is that bands make the money with live shows now, but only big bands do, because the bands who are in the van towing their own gear, they barely make money to make it from show to show. They're lucky if they come off that tour in the plus.
Most bands at a small level make probably most bands make somewhere between like $100 and probably $350.
Yeah.
That's it. And then if they're lucky, they probably make a couple $100 on merch. That's $500 a night. Now you got 5 guys in a band and probably have 2 people on the road with them. You got 7 people. You got to feed
rider.
and gas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get to the next show, dude.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Did you ever play the Masquerade in Atlanta?
Yes.
I'd heard a story from a bunch of guys there, and you probably ran into this all over the place. But as far as your merch goes, in places like those clubs. Do some clubs actually they expect a percentage of your merch sales for the night?
That's not uncommon.
90% of them do.
Yeah.
Now see, that's ridiculous, because that's where you would make most of your money, I would think, and they want a cut of it. That's ridiculous.
Some of it's 20%.
Yeah, 20%. Yeah. So check this out. This is how this works. Like, let's break down the numbers. Do you want to get nerdy for a second?
Let's do it.
Sure.
Okay, here, check this out. Let's say you make $1,000 in merch, right? So you go play the Masquerade and you made $1,000 in merch, and everyone in your band's like, yeehaw, we made money, heck yeah, we're gonna get to upgrade from Jack in the Box to Taco Bell, So everyone's stoked, right? And then the club comes up and says, oh, okay, cool. Well, we take 20% of merch sales, of gross merch sales, right? So you're like, all right, well, now we're down to $800. And then you got to pay your manager, right? So that's $150 off the top. So now you're down to $650, right? If I'm doing my math right. Yeah, so it'd be $350. Yeah, so we're down to $650, right? And then if you sell, it always averages out. Like, let's say if you sell $1,000 in merch, it usually costs about half of that to make the merch. Like, no matter what, it always breaks down to about half.
So you're only making about $100.
Yeah, exactly. So you sell $1,000 in merch, the club takes their percentage, your manager takes his percentage, you got to pay for the merch to get made, right? And then you got to pay your merch guy to sell it. So by the time it's all said and done, you made a couple $100 if you're lucky.
That's why you see the tip jar
what kind of
on
a
the
fee
merch
does
table.
like a place like the Masquerade pay you guys to play?
It doesn't work that way.
No,
It depends.
it's on the
It
pool.
depends on the tour you're on. The tour pays you. The headlining band pays you. That's how you get paid.
Yeah, 'cause
It
that's
could be
all-
anything. It just depends on how big you are and how much you're worth.
Yeah.
So again, that merch really is a big part of your survival.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if the club takes $200, then you're screwed. If bands are smart, they'll just lie and say that they sold way less than they did, which they all do.
Well,
Yeah.
Dave.
play the game.
You'll roll into a club, and they'll have a guy designated to count in your merch with you, and count out at the end of the night, so that you don't rip them off.
Yeah, and then what you do is you go, like, they count in 100 T-shirts, And then at the end of the night, they count out 80. So they say, okay, cool, you sold 20 shirts. You know what I mean? So if you're smart like me and you don't care about lying to them, which I could care less because they're ripping you off anyways. So if you're smart, you just take a bunch of T-shirts and you throw them in your backpack and you walk up to your merch table and you throw them in the box of merch bins and then you go, oh yeah, we only sold 10 shirts.
Yeah.
So that's like one way to cheat the system.
Or then you could just take the merch out to the van after the show and sell it there at the van.
No, they'll block you at the door.
Yeah, they're ruthless, man. You know what I mean? They're ruthless. I mean, for the most part, I mean, pretty much all bands do it unless they're like, Christian bands are usually pretty straight up just because like, they don't want to lie or whatever.
Tours,
but
they're straight up. They're about the money too. All the
the Christian bands are more about the money than anyone. But as far as like lying with merch and stuff, because I've toured with a bunch of Christian bands and they're usually straight up. If they sell $1,000 in merch, they'll just admit it. But like, hell no, we didn't. We'd go, what'd you do in merch? If we sold 1,000, we'd tell them $400. I don't care, dude. I need that money. I gotta pay my rent.
Yeah, I mean that's why you're out there.
Yeah, they shouldn't be taking money anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's ridiculous.
Will
Think about all the money they're making. Well, at least some clubs, like
alcohol.
clubs like the Masquerade in Atlanta and whatnot. Think about the money that they're making every night in alcohol sales while that show's going on. What the hell do they need to take your cut of the merch for?
Well, sometimes it sucks too because some states they'll take a 20% off, and then they'll charge you tax.
Yeah, they'll take the tax out too. And the thing no one realizes is that clubs make money. Clubs make all their money off the alcohol.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of clubs don't sell alcohol, and those ones, I don't even know how they stay in business. But, like, the bigger ones all sell alcohol. That's where they make their money from. They don't make money off the door ticket. The door ticket is just supposed to pay the bands. That's what it's there for. They make their money off alcohol. You know what I mean? I played a show one time headlining at the Key Club, and the guy came up to me afterwards, and he was like, dude, you guys killed it. Like, we had such a great show. And I was like, really? I was like, awesome, I'm all. And he's like, yeah, we did $16,000 at the bar tonight.
Oh.
I was just like, you freaking kidding me? You know what I mean? Like, it was a 3-hour show because the Key Club they used to have these like early shows, they called them. Like, they would have shows from 7 to 10, and then it would turn into a club after 10 o'clock. Yeah. And we played so the place was open for 3 hours, and they made $16,000 on the door. And that's just because like all my buddies showed up, and they were all alcoholics, So
right.
like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, they made that much money, they don't need to be taxing the bands on the merch.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing that comes out of the band's budget is that if you have a heavy drinker, you usually get drink tickets, but after that, they run a tab on you at some bars.
Oh yeah, sometimes they won't even just like most of them are pretty cool about giving you free alcohol and stuff like that. But some aren't. It just depends.
3D Movie Man said we should stop making music and open a bar.
They say that's the number one thing not to do past the age of 30. I read this really cool thing. It was like all these things not to do past the age of 30, and like the number one thing was open a bar with your buddies.
Or do a radio show.
Yeah. Exactly.
Awesome. So it's about 8:30. We got 30 more minutes of the show. I'm going to go ahead and break into this interview and get this out of the way so people can hear it.
Yeah, I've been waiting to hear this.
For people who don't know, the last week, Monday, the Westboro Baptist Church, which is also known as the God Hates Fags group, rolled into town to protest at Jewish schools and synagogues and stuff because they believe that the Jewish people killed Jesus and that that the Jewish culture is the number one reason why gay people exist, pretty much. And I went into this interview kind of not knowing. I mean, I had my questions that I wanted to ask and everything, but I didn't want to be like Fox News, and I didn't want to be like some douchebag going there and go, well, you're just an idiot or whatever. I wanted to go in there and just ask them some very, very basic questions and just
like an actual reporter would do.
Well, I
not
guess.
Be completely biased and actually do some work.
Yeah, and I just knew that their words would be more entertaining than anything that I could poke at them with a stick.
Right. let them embarrass themselves
Yeah.
instead of you doing it for them.
And that's pretty much what I did. And to start this off, I arrived there. Let me set this up. I arrived there before anybody arrived before the protesters. And I would just sit there and I got set up. And then the God Hates Fag people pulled up. And there was 4 of them that came out. It was the daughter of the pastor of the church, the woman that I interviewed, Shirley Phelps. Her son, which is probably about 6 years old, and 2 big guys, like really burly guys. And they got on their corner and held out their signs and started singing. And as their demo progressed, about 127 counter protests showed up and had signs from everything from these people are crazy, Batman wouldn't approve. It was just hilarious. You can see some of the photos on Zombie Popcorn, ZombiePopcorn.com. So you can hear in the background the chants and the cheers, and they're chanting anal sex, and it's just really crazy. But anyway,
They were chanting for anal sex?
yeah, it was awesome. But so this is the interview. I'm gonna keep everybody's mics live, so if you want to comment on what they're saying, I'll pause it, and we'll talk about it. All right, here we go. Oops.
Is marching makes us so happy. God promises are sure. A nation standing by, the ensign in the sky. The highway opened up, drink from this cup. Jerusalem's the spot, the battle will rage hot. The land will spew you out, with joy we shout. Here are words on this day. God won't hear what you say.
When you pretend to pray, the beast, the one you worship, Obama has no mercy. Be glad he's undone. Look, the bridegroom comes. Christ is soon returning to barf you from that land. You won't obey him or do what he commands. Wrath will soon pour on you for your awful sin, your great affliction. It will soon begin.
Will you take a moment to talk?
Oh, yeah.
Why are you here?
We're here because this nation's destruction is imminent. So we are running to and fro in this country to bring this final call.
And what's the final call?
Put away your idols, put away your false gods, put away your filthy manner of life, and obey your God.
So why this location here? Why is this corner? What's significant about this?
Well, the events that we're here to picket is 2 high schools, a Jewish high school and a Gentile high school, or a co-ed, whatever you want to call it. It's a high school. It's the young people who have been taught that God is a liar and that his standards, his commandments, are on the table to be disposed of at their will. That's why we're here. Those youngsters are entitled one time in their life to see what good looks like. And we're going to do that job.
So you're here to show them that what they've been taught is wrong.
Exactly. Look, when God says thou shalt not commit adultery, no fornication, thou shalt not kill, that's not rocket science. Those children have been taught, oh, that's a lie. It's okay to change your spouses and your sex partners more often than you change your stinking undergarments. And if you produce a baby in the middle of all your filthy doings, you feel free to murder that baby. Furthermore, God says homosexuality is abomination. They've been taught, oh, that's just a lie. It is, in fact, okay to be gay. Yeah.
So you're saying the Jewish culture is teaching kids to be gay?
Yikes. The Jews come out in our face to brag that there are more fag Jews than any other demographic. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, duh, you think? They're walking under the curse of God. They killed their Savior. They broke the covenant with God. But the Jews that we're talking to today are so very fortunate. Because those Jews, unlike the Jews that have lived from the time that they murdered Christ, their Messiah, to this day, have walked with no hope. They were going to die. They were going to go to hell, with a sliver maybe of an exception to that rule. Today, however, after God sends the nations shortly now, you're on a short timeline. Once you see the Antichrist sitting in the most powerful office in the whole world, you've got a very short timeline. So he says that after he sends the beast to bring the nations to march on Jerusalem, all your prophets talk about it. That city, Zechariah says, will be taken, and their houses rifled, and their women ravished. And so many will go into captivity. Many, many, many will be dead, but there will be some living. And that's why they are so fortunate, because those that are yet alive, there's 144,000 of them that God is going to pour out a spirit of grace and supplications, because God chose Jacob, and God chose Jerusalem. So he's going to restore Israel, the house of Israel, but not yet. They walk in gross darkness until the fullness of the Gentiles be come in, and that is what all the prophets said. That is what the Lord Jesus Christ said, except I left off one thing. All the prophets and the Lord Jesus Christ agree that this coming affliction is going to make that Babylonian captivity, that Assyrian juggernaut, Hitler, Titus the Great, taking down Jerusalem in 70 A.D., all of it's going to look like a pinky-out tea party. This is going to be the worst affliction ever.
So you're out here to let the people know that they need to repent and accept and obey.
Okay, forget that accept crap. You don't choose Christ. Christ chooses you. So when that 144,000 have a spirit of grace and supplications poured out upon them, and the prophets, Zechariah specifically says, they will look on him whom they pierced, and they will mourn for him like one mourneth for their only child. Yeah, that's an irresistible call, my dear.
So why do you think it's not really acceptable? Why do you think the signs here, you have signs for the listeners that say God hates you, Israel's doomed, peace, no peace for the wicked? Why do you think these are effective? And Americans doomed. Why do you think this is effective to reaching these kids?
Effective? We're not reaching them. We're putting the words in front of your face. This reaching thing, I don't know what that means. We've reached them. That's why they're out here, and we're over at that high school in full-on, fist-raised, angry rebellion, carrying on like a bunch of brute animals that they've been raised to be.
What's that?
Some TV report.
Wait a minute. I want to stop it real quick. As I'm interviewing, there's this guy, probably a good 5 minutes before he comes in. He's coming in now. He's kind of hovering around me, walking back and forth, trying to see who I am, what's going on. And then finally he just comes up and asks me if I'm a TV reporter, and then kind of goes off on her, telling her to leave and stuff. You'll hear that. But I just want to kind of set that up of what was going on, right then, because you're about to hear somebody new come in.
Dude, I'm crying. I'm laughing so freaking hard.
Let's finish it up real quick.
Order. Excuse me. Hey, listen here. This is a church right here, okay? Can you not do this in front of our church? This is our church.
No, honey, it's a dog kennel. It's a leper colony.
She calls the dog the church a dog kennel.
I'd appreciate it if you'd move along from here.
They don't serve God. They don't serve Christ. They serve themselves and their idols. Hey, babe, why don't you get up here? Yeah, so why don't you get on up out the street, huh? Because that's what the police officer said. Nobody in the street.
I don't care if the police...
I know you don't. See my point? This doomed American, nasty, filthy, off-scouring thing that is going down. See, God promised. Ezekiel 10, and he says, yeah, this is a problem. Yikers. See, violent too. Hey, hon, I'm telling you, haul ass. Hey, you know what? Yeah, you heard him. That's what this nation is. God said that such a nation as this, just like what he did to Judah, he told Jeremiah to get over there and put that girdle dig it in the ground by the Euphrates River. And then he sends him back to dig it up. And he said, what do you have now? He said, I've got a thing that is marred and it's profitable for nothing. It's good for absolutely nothing. Well, He says, the Lord God then says, that's exactly what I'm going to do to this nation. I'm going to make these people who will not obey me and who are filthy brutes. Noah, on the car, buddy. Who will not obey me. I'm going to make them just like that girdle. Good for absolutely nothing.
So what's the outcome that you're trying to achieve today? Just to get the message out? I mean, what's...
The words before their face.
And if somebody comes up to you wanting to know more, what can you do for them?
Just what you did. I'll answer the questions. I can't do it. I can't make anyone obey. I can tell them, and if God will have mercy on them, he says, I have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and whom I will I harden. All right? So if he doesn't have mercy on you, you could see the words, and you're going to be a rebel just like all of these. But there might be someone left that God will have mercy upon.
So you take it upon yourself to come out here, and instead of leaving it up to the Word of God...
Yikes. The Lord Jesus Christ said, you preach this gospel to every creature. Every creature. Every creature. You understand? That's what we're doing. We're being obedient to that commandment of God. Every creature. We're not waiting around for someone to come over and say, oh, is it okay if can I do blah, blah, blah? Is it okay? Would you please tell me blah, blah? No. We're going to tell you the words whether you like it or not. That's our job.
What are you doing? What are you doing after you leave this location?
Well, there's 3 more spots that we'll be today. I just know the last one's over on Granby. And I don't remember what the next one is. Oops, I got to move back.
Well, that's it. So it was one of those things because the reason after I went in to do the interview for a completely different reason that I walked away from doing the interview for. I wanted to talk to them because they, no matter if you like them or dislike them or whatever, they are definitely an icon in our culture. They are something extraordinary, strange, and bizarre, and that 99% of the people in this country cannot relate to or understand, and that's why I wanted to talk to them. But I walked away from them saying I'm going to make this interview a how to be a better activist, because I'm always, everybody knows that I've been involved with animal rights for a long time, and I've always told people, and people that are in the movement say that when you go do a protest, when you have a campaign, when you have whatever you're trying to achieve, you need to narrow it down to one intelligent, simple to understand issue. You don't go to protest KFC for torturing chickens and have signs out there that says fur is dead. You don't go to a fur protest and have signs that say go vegan or stuff like that, because you want to have a simple and precise message that's easy for people to walk away understanding what they saw when they saw you. And that's what we did when I was on tour. That's how me and Dave met. Pretty much that's how me and Josh met. It's through all this, and this interview is a perfect, and their protest is a perfect example of how not to do a protest, how not to get your message across. Because after listening to that, I only asked minimum of 3 questions. What is your purpose? What is your goal? And what do you plan to achieve? Which is pretty much all the same questions, just reworded. And they couldn't give it to me. They could not give me that answer. I still can't pull from that other than that they think they're the messenger of God. That's the only thing.
But that's every religion, pretty much. If you ask any religion, if you just go along with whatever they're saying, everything's fine. As soon as you start asking specific questions about things, that's when they start playing that game where they just keep turning around, answering your question with another question.
Yeah, and I've talked to intelligent people who follow all types of religion, And I went vegan because I went to a Vietnamese Buddhist temple, and they were precise of why they don't eat meat. They were precise to a T of why it's wrong for them to slaughter animals, why they respect all life. They were precise and to a T. And I knew nothing about the Vietnamese Buddhist lifestyle. I knew nothing about it going in, but I walked away from there that night as a vegan. And, you know, it's not just, necessarily religious people or non-religious people, vegans, anti-abortionist. You can be any of that. You could be pro-abortion, anti-abortion, pro-vegan, anti-vegan, pro-God, anti-God. I don't care. I honestly do not care. But if you're going to be out in the street, and if you're going to make your life as an activist, you need to do it right. Because this stuff is, I don't know. It burns me up. It's not their message that burns me up. It's
how they went about it.
Just looking at the picture from you at the place, she's holding 5 different signs.
She looks like a fucking
doomed,
evil
Israel
butterfly.
is doomed. God hates you. Peace for the wicked, and God hates fags. What message is she trying to convey?
That's what I'm saying.
You know, like.
And I want people who listen to this show that that's my mom. My mom's calling. I want people, if they're going to believe in something and take conviction in something, just understand how to get your message across. Don't be Fox News. Don't be this lady with her butterfly of evil signs where she could fly away at any time.
I think you could sum it up with she was just a complete moron.
That too, yes.
Well, she lost me when she said stinking undergarments.
It's changing your sex partners like stinky undergarments. Yeah. See, that's another thing. Is there's no basic factual evidence of anything. It's like that was going to be one of my questions, but I just kind of gave up on it. That because she was like saying that the Jewish culture or religion, is teaching these people, teaching the kids it's all right to change your sex partners. As much as like she said, I don't understand. I don't understand where any of that came from.
It's all made up. It
is. It's in their head.
Yeah, because when I think of Jews,
it's like this. It's like every religion. Like whenever you don't know something about a religion, everyone has all these preconceived ideas about what that religion's about. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's all based on rumors. It's not on facts. It's like somebody told her that information, and instead of her doing her research, you know what I mean, to see if it's really true or not, she just repeated what she heard. You know what I mean? Which, in my opinion, is something a moron would do. You know what I mean? Not someone who's going to actually, like you said, if you're going to be out there and really be preaching, a hate about a certain group, you might as well make sure that your facts are right.
Yeah.
It's like anything else. It's like I grew up a Jehovah's Witness. My parents are Jehovah's Witnesses. I constantly have people go like, "Oh, Jehovah's Witness, like, oh, you guys couldn't drink coffee." You know what I mean? And drink and all this. I'm like, what are you talking about? Where did you get that idea from? Like, oh, I thought you couldn't drink coffee or alcohol or any of that. It's like, no, that's not the case at all. But you know what I mean? It's all just based on rumors, It's just like saying that all Catholic people are, completely, crazy, living in the dark ages and live in the church, you know what I mean, and go there every single day and have their prayer beads and all that stuff. I mean, there's millions of Catholic people that are just totally chill and cool, and that's their religion, and they go on Sunday and it's no big deal. There's extremists to every group, just like even with you with the animal rights activists. There's people like me that are just chill, that my way of helping out the animals is just by being a vegetarian. I don't feel it necessary in my life to go, you just stand outside a building, and with signs and yell at people for wearing fur. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Neither of them's right or wrong. You know what I mean? It's just that's what works for me. That's how I make a change. That's how I do my part in change. But some people feel they need to do that. It's all right, and wrong at the same time, But at least if, like you said, if you are going to go and yell at people in front of a building with a sign, you at least ought to know what you're talking about.
Yes, definitely.
Because these people are crazy. Because I just Googled fag Jews.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, actually. Just put in fag and then Jews. And then...
it's not something I search very often, but...
Yeah, I've never done it before. I swear to God. I only did it because that's what she said. She was
Yeah.
like, she said something about fag Jews, and I was like, I'm gonna go Google that.
Google's a wonderful
Yeah,
thing.
because when I think of Jewish people, that's the first thing I think of is that they're all homos.
So
Yeah.
what'd you find?
Just all this stuff on
ridiculous.
this, a lot of
That's
stuff on. I found a lot of stuff on their church, but yeah, I found all these hate groups, and that really, it saddens me, that there's already, but that's just how human nature is. People love to hate. It's like whatever. My girlfriend's whole family's Jewish. They're some of the nicest people I've ever met. You know what I mean? It's like, who cares?
Forget the fact that this whole, that Jewish people went through this terrible ordeal back in the day.
Yeah,
We've got to revert back to the Bible, which who even knows is really the truth or not. And I don't know. This is ridiculous, man. Forget the fact that like half the Jewish people died in the Holocaust.
Yeah, but they claim that didn't really happen.
Well, there are definitely groups that say that.
No, the Holocaust didn't happen, but the Bible is very factual. That's ridiculous.
There's logic there somewhere. 3D Movie Man says that she needs therapy and voice lessons.
What really upset me about her is, like I said, I grew up in a very religious family, and I don't regret that at all. I think it instilled some good things inside of me, but they're basic things, they're not they're normal basic things that every kid should get treated, should get taught, and just how to treat people and how to be a good person, but the one thing that I do that I can take away from like my parents and stuff growing up in that type of atmosphere is that my parents are really good people and really loving people, and I feel really lucky for growing up with parents like that, because I know a lot of kids don't. Yeah. And the thing that really upset me about her was, could you hear how mad and how hateful she was? And I'm sorry, but I grew up around the Bible. I grew up in a religion where, we went to what we called our church. We went there 3-4 times a week. It wasn't like a Sunday thing, where we just went to say sorry for what we had done in the week. We really read the Bible and studied the Bible. And everything that has to do with the Bible is about loving your neighbor and just being a good person, and that's basic things about just being a human being, and if you really like listen to her when she's talking, she's so mad and she's so hateful, and it's like, that's everything that Jesus Christ, if you read about him, it's everything that he wasn't. You don't read anything in the Bible where it talks about Jesus yelling at people, you know what I mean, or telling people they're horrible people.
Well, he did overturn the tables in the temples when they were selling inside.
I knew you were going to bring that up. I knew it. I was like, I knew someone was going to say that. Yeah, that's like the only time I talked about him being mad. But at the same time, he got mad. If you know the whole part about that, he got mad because he was disgusted that everyone was being a hypocrite. You know what I mean, and being greedy.
Yeah. No, I know the story. I just thought it was.
Yeah.
Everybody always brings that up.
but you know what I'm saying, though. You know what I mean? Like many of the stories, obviously, with Jesus are about him, talking to the prostitute, helping out the blind, helping out people that were thieves, helping out people that were quote unquote bad people, and him saying, hey, you were a bad person, but if you repent, I'll forgive you. You know what I mean? Like, that girl's not saying, hey, you know what, you're living a life of sin, you just don't know any better, but come over here and we'll teach you a better way. They're just saying, hey, you're a horrible people for being how you are, and you're all going to go to hell.
Yep.
Which is complete. It's just.
It's insane. That's why I went in there, because I wanted to interview, because it's just fascinating. I love, just the extremeness of anything in life. Anything, like I made the joke about when I posted the video that they made on Zombie Popcorn about there's that new website called chatroulette.com. And what chatroulette.com is you have two screens, and if you have a webcam, you can just randomly meet people who also have a webcam that is turned on, and you can hit one button and it just randomly picks these stranger people. And 99% of the images that come up are grown men completely butt-ass naked masturbating. And I think it's hilarious that people are so full of themselves that they think other people really want to hear or want to watch them masturbate. It's insane.
That's freaking what. I'm going there right now.
It's an awesome site though. Outside of that, because you just get sucked in. But no pun intended.
About one in 5 people that you get on chat roulette is some dude stroking his penis.
It's so bizarre. Here,
I'm going right now.
I'm putting the link in the.
I guarantee you, Dave, you just go through there and you go through a couple of them, and I guarantee you you'll find one.
Here, I'll put the link.
In the next five minutes.
It's so awesome.
This is awesome.
Isn't it amazing?
Can I be one of the guys jerking off?
Aren't you already?
You can do whatever you want on your cam, buddy.
Hey, you know what? That's the beauty of being a human. I can do whatever I want.
It's freedom, man. Okay, the link's in the chat room for anybody who wants to go play on chatroulette.com. It is so bizarre. It's just a strange phenomenon, and I'm obsessed with it just because of that. The same way that I'm obsessed with the God Hates Fag people. They're just too bizarre for words.
Yeah, it's sad.
It really is, especially chat roulette. Those guys. There's poor guys that really think women would go, "Oh, that dude's totally jacking off. I'm gonna watch it."
Yeah, those are the same type of guys that like think if like a girl's like walking by and they go, "Wee, what's up, baby?" You know, they think like, "Oh, she's really like, she's so stoked. I just made her feel like shit."
That girl just looked at me. She wants me.
Yeah. You baby, nice tits.
Yeah.
You know, like she's really like going like, "Oh my god, that guy's hot. I'm so gonna bang him."
Like, how many times did that work for that guy to make him want to keep doing that?
Never. That's why he's what we call in the world a complete idiot.
Yeah.
See, that's how's the saying go? How do you know someone's completely crazy, right? They keep doing the same thing over and over thinking they're going to get a different result.
Yeah.
They're fucking crazy. They're idiots.
Jen in the chat room says she just got some animated dog growling at the camera.
I'm not even going to go there yet because I know I'll get addicted and then I'll just stop talking.
It's so funny because look, if you're in the chat room watching the video, I have this human skull. And what I do is I put my 3D camera on to the skull, so that's what they see, and I enjoy hitting the random to go into the thing, so they'll see the skull and the people's faces are like, "Oh my god," and then I do that for a while, and then I copy and paste, "Hey, wait, I know you," and right before they click their button to switch the camera, I write that so they freak out.
I got a guy drinking coffee. I got a girl who's staring at the camera. Is there ever girls masturbating?
I've never seen a girl do anything other than just sit there looking puzzled.
That's what this girl just like really puzzled. Like, what do I do?
So I guess everybody in the chat room's on there now. I mean, it's such an addicting website.
It's so funny because there's a disclaimer when you get on chat roulette that says we do not accept any kind of foul or pornographic stuff.
That's all it is.
Dude, I haven't seen one guy jerking off yet.
Have you not? You're just missing out.
I feel gypped.
3D Movie Man said he saw a dead person in a bathtub all bloody.
That's gross. Dude, you know, yeah. I was just thinking to myself out loud there for a second. Sorry.
You saw a guy. You were just watching a guy masturbate. That's what you were like. Oh.
No. I was thinking like, how weird would the world be like if there was girls masturbating on here? You know, like if girls were more like guys. Think about how many kids there'd be in the world.
Oh,
you
that'd
know
be horrible.
There'd be billions of kids because just like everyone would just be having sex.
Everybody would be douchebags.
You know, like God, it'd be so crazy. Like it's a good thing like that. Girls are different from us, you know?
Yeah, thank God for it.
Thank God. Cause like, you know, like, cause I have like a few friends that are I guess I have to say homosexual. That's the correct way of saying it. And I don't want to offend anyone and say gay or anything. You can't say that. But oh yeah, see, I got a guy, but he was just like playing ping pong with his friend. But like those dudes, you know, like they have sex all the time. Like they'll just call other dudes and be like, "Hey, want to fuck?" And they'll go over, have sex, and then they'll leave.
Well, go ahead.
It's like guys wish it was that easy with a girl, you know.
Well, it's
You
so
gotta
funny.
lie and
All
say,
you have
"Okay,
to do
you
is
want to
go
watch a
on
movie?"
Craigslist and go to the gay personals and seeing all the guys saying, be at this location in the garage at 4 o'clock.
I just got one with a dude with his shirt off.
That's what Jen says. She goes, got a man with a man's chest, and he appears to be breathing heavily, possibly masturbating. Okay, Jen is a. Can you call in? Do you have Skype, Jen? You should. I want to talk to you about this. I want a woman's opinion about chat roulette. Can you call in?
But see, you know, I don't think that it'll be an honest opinion because, see, that's the thing about females
cool.
and males. And I hopefully I do offend some people right now. I'm just kidding. But see, that's the beautiful thing. That's the one thing that I really love about women is that they all truly have different personalities, whereas men are pretty much all the same. Have you ever noticed that? Like, all dudes like the same thing pretty much. You know what I mean? But women are so all over the place, you know? And like that's why when you get a female's opinion on something, you have to ask like 20 girls to get a good senses of what they like.
You have to do a survey of the population.
Yeah, you totally have to do a survey. If you just ask like 2 guys, "Hey, do you like big boobs?" They're gonna go, "Yeah, totally."
Those are cool.
Yeah, I
Just
love
got a picture of a baby with angel wings and a halo.
You got one?
Yeah.
The
only reason I know about this site is because when I moved back down here, my friend who lives 2 streets down from me, he was like, "We were on chat roulette all night last night, just talking to these people." Blah blah blah. I was like, "What are you?"
There's people actually talking. I've never had anybody try to talk. It's always the weird shit.
But that was the thing. Like, they would get on and talk to these people about just random stuff or trying like, I don't know, but. This is probably the most time I've ever spent on here looking through stuff.
Because you're looking for a guy masturbating.
Exactly.
Zombie popcorn has gone down the hill.
No way, dude. This is quality shit. I keep seeing 2 guys.
It's always dudes.
There's only guys on that. It's very rare that you'll get a woman on there.
So you just got another dude with his shirt off. Oh my gosh, dude.
Oh, I got a girl.
I got a dude with a cowboy hat, goggles, and a straw up his nose, and he just flicked me off.
I got a girl, and she just knocked me off.
Oh, yeah.
So you just click through until you find someone that looks interesting, and then you like say, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah.
Well, then you gotta hope they want to talk to you, too.
F9.
Pretty ridiculous.
But it's so addicting. I don't know why. It's so bad.
Because you're looking for that one person.
You're looking for the strangest thing that you. But Miley says I need to stop looking at it because she says I'm going to see something that I cannot unsee, and it's going to fuck me up for life.
She's probably right.
Yeah, you're gonna have some guy who's gonna be like bent over with his butthole in the camera or something.
Yeah. But I have seen that already on there. I mean, there's some bizarre stuff. The later it gets, the more crazier it gets, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get into like the 2 in the morning. I've had too many drinks. I'm going to make a bad decision.
Well, no, 10 o'clock, 11:30-ish is when it just becomes nothing but nude guys sitting there waiting for somebody to go, "Can I see your penis?"
That's amazing.
And tonight we're going to see Dave on there.
Yeah, see, that's the screwed up thing. I can't even put on a mask or anything, you know, because you'll notice, you'll be like, "I know that's him. That's his.
That's totally him."
That's his stupid tattoo on his right arm."
If you see a skull in Anaglyph 3D, you know it's me. So you can go, "Hey." But I don't know why we would go on there just to chat when we.
I'll be, "Dude, I know that's you, Bass. You homo.
You looking for somebody?"
I'm gonna tell your wife. Is there a kitty?
No, dude. Freaking Firefox has been so pissing me off lately.
Yeah.
It never works right.
What's that?
My Firefox just keeps, the program is not responding. It's pissing me off.
Jen's gonna call here in a minute, so She's working on it. So it's crazy. So what are you working on now? What's your next project, Dave?
Well, I said the Kill's pretty much all set up for the year. They're doing a tour right now from first to last. Then they go to Europe and UK, and then Warped Tour, and then
From
all
First
of
to Last
Canada.
is still around.
Huh?
They're still playing From First to Last.
Yeah, they're still around. And then all my other bands are in the studio writing and recording.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
so I'm
let
just
me know when you
doing
come to
that.
this area so we can do a live acoustic set on the show or something.
Yeah, for sure, man. Get them, like, if you got one of my bands on here, there'd be at least like 80 listeners instead of 50.
I mean, 2 listeners instead of 1.
Yeah, dude, I'm on chat roulette, and it's just not. It's not doing it.
You're not getting it?
Says,
Yeah, mine was messing up for a little bit.
looking for partner. Please wait.
Well, just hit F9. Skip that. Sometimes you have to refresh to the whole web page to get it to happen. It's still kind of buggy.
This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I just had two guys on here just being ridiculous. And like behind me I have all my guitars hanging on the wall. Because Jason, you've seen me on my webcam.
Yeah.
And these guys were just flipping me off and acting like they're playing guitar and stuff. These guys are just so stupid.
That's awesome.
Well, you know why? Because they're mad that you're not masturbating. You need to.
Right. They were
You
just
take
being
off
so
your shirt.
stupid. And they sat on here. They weren't skipping me or nothing. So I just sat there and watched them for a few minutes. They're total idiots.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna put on little shows with Peanut on here.
Do it. Peanut to become chat roulette star.
Fuck yeah.
Oh wait, we got Jen calling in. Hold on, let me put.
Jen, to accept, press 1.
What was that?
Hey, Jen.
Hey.
What's up?
No, nothing.
This is the first time you've called into Zombie Popcorn.
Yeah, I know.
So, what is your outlook on chat roulette, the guys?
What?
What do you think of the guys on chat roulette that we were talking about earlier?
I can't get the site to load anymore. So,
What's that?
I can't get the site to load anymore.
Oh, really? It's not working. But what do you think about the guys who just sit there and want to be nude on the website?
I think it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
Awesome. Well,
These guys are so stupid.
You know that I realized everyone looks like puzzled because they're all on here doing the same thing I'm doing, just like
Yeah, exactly.
trying.
But it's so funny, like every time I get
Yeah,
one
I
that
can
I'll
hear.
actually stop and look at the camera for a second, they start acting like they're playing guitar. It's so funny.
Josh is getting mad at him.
That's hilarious.
Oh, wow. It's already 9 o'clock. I didn't realize.
Yeah, I can't do chat roulette, dude, because I'll sit here all night long
Yeah,
looking at this.
we've already turned the show into it. So what do you want to do, Jen?
I don't know.
What do you think? What do you think of the church people?
I thought she was crazy. Kind of pissed me off.
Made you mad?
Yeah, a little bit.
Why did it make you mad? Just because of all the crazy shit she was saying, or?
Because she doesn't even I don't think there's any purpose to them. You know, I don't see why they do what they do.
Yeah.
Because they want to piss people off.
Well, somebody told me that they go around and do this, and the way they fund their travels is that they get somebody to violate their rights, First Amendment rights, and then they sue them. And they get money from it. I don't know how much of that's true, but that's just what people have been telling me. I mean, because the daughter, Megan Phelps, the one that sent me the parody of Lady Gaga video. She works at a law firm that her dad, which is the minister of the Westboro Church, started. So they make money. They're lawyers, so that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. But it's 9 o'clock. I think I'm gonna kill this show.
Oh, real quick, Jason, I wanted to ask you while I still got you on. Are you freaking stoked about Clash of the Titans like I am?
Clash of the Titans 3D. You wanna get off the phone, Jen, or you wanna hang out with us?
I'll get off.
Okay. Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
No, I think it's awesome. I think the footage and everything of Clash of the Titans in 3D is going to look amazing. I am very let down that it's going to be a 2D 3D conversion though.
Yeah. I was actually reading.
Thanks, Jen. You did great.
I was actually reading somewhere about, because I know you were kind of disappointed that you haven't seen Bobo in the previews.
I have. Oh yeah.
But apparently he's supposed to be in it because a lot of people have been giving backlash about it.
You need to have him in it. He's a keystone of the film.
But I don't think he's going to be a big part of it. I don't think he's going to be in it as much as he was in the original.
Well, we'll just have to
they tried to actually buy the original prop from the guy who bought it.
Yeah.
And he was not going to give it to him.
Oh hell no, you wouldn't.
So I thought, but apparently it's supposed to be in there. I just don't know how much it's going to be.
3D Movement asks, has anybody seen Alice in Wonderland yet?
I'm going to see it tomorrow, I think. So I will probably do a review about it. Because while I'm really excited about it and I think it's going to be visually amazing, I feel like I'm going to be just disappointed with the movie overall.
I don't know. I have a friend that went to go see it, and he said that the effects were really bad. He said that the 3D of it was just kind of off.
Really?
He said, but the movie was really good. He said there's just parts where it just didn't seem to sync up.
Yeah.
And that could be the projection system. That could be the theater itself.
The only thing that sucks here is I don't have an IMAX theater. So.
Oh, that does suck.
I think we
That
lost
sucks.
Dave to chat roulette.
No, I'm trying to figure out how to get on the video. I want to see Bayless with his shirt off.
I have a shirt on his pants. I mean, I don't have my pants on.
I like your pants.
No, he's got a Bleed the Dream T-shirt on.
Oh God.
No, because I never got one. I hate that band.
There it is.
And I'm watching Wake Up Screaming right now.
Are you right?
Yeah, I look good in that.
At the end, you're like, oh yeah, I'm all tough and buff, been vegan all tour.
Dude, I've been a vegetarian since 2005.
Awesome.
I cheated. I told you for the 3 months, and after Warped Tour, when I was vegan, then I came home. I started eating chicken again.
Yeah.
And then you sent me that movie, Wake Up Screaming, and I got it and I put it on, and I felt so guilty, and I never ate a chicken after that.
That's awesome.
So
See, Jason,
5 years.
You're an inspiration to all.
5 years vegetarian.
Awesome.
I feel great. And I can make anything. So all you fools out there that are sitting there, oh, you miss out on everything. Dude, I make the bomb food. Cooking's like my favorite thing to do. And I can pretty much make anything and not have meat in it. And it tastes amazing.
Yeah. Miley's putting vegan sushi on the table right now. Let me see if I can hold it up for the 3D room.
Well, I can't get in the 3D room.
Why can't you get in the 3D room?
How do you do it?
Hold on. What's the link to the 3D room? I sent it to you on Skype. You should have it.
You not wanted to say hi.
Yeah, it's right here. Let me send
Where?
it to you again. I'm going to give it to you in the chat room on Skype.
Where's the fucking...
You got it?
Oh, you're a Ustream?
Yeah, Ustream channel / Bayless.
Oh, dope.
Get in there. Are you in there?
Yeah, I see it.
All right. Here's the vegan sushi. Here's the vegan sushi. You need to mute that. You need to mute your video there, Dave.
You look good with headphones on.
What's that? We got the echo going.
Yeah, I know. I'm hanging up.
Cool. Well, I think that's it for the show. I think we should call it a night on that.
Yeah,
I got sushi in the background waiting for me.
Yeah, I got fried rice in the back as well.
I got some homemade black bean tacos.
Oh, I want some of that too. That sounds good.
With some avocado and some sour cream.
Yep. Fresh guacamole.
We always end the show talking about eating food. I don't know why that is, but
it's because Miley always comes home and brings food.
Yep. It's awesome.
All right, I'm gonna take off, guys.
Yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight, Dave.
Dude, I you know me. Obviously, I like to talk. So whenever you want, hit me up.
All right, let me know when the band's coming through or when you want them on the show, and we'll do that.
I will for sure. Can we let's try to get some I'd like to let's get some like people that worship the devil.
If you can find them, I'll have them.
We've had like extremist religious people. Now we should have the dark side religion.
Okay, so the quest for all Zombie Popcorn listeners is find the devil worshippers.
You know what's really funny though? Check this out. I'm getting off with this. I've actually met a couple of devil worshippers, right? Check this out. They were the nicest people I've ever met in my life. I'm not kidding. It was like scary nice. You know why?
Well, aren't a couple of guys? There's a couple of guys in Alkaline Trio that are actually like members of the Church of Satan.
Yeah, but anybody can become a member of the Church of Satan. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, that's no big deal. They actually quit. But yeah, it was creepy how nice they were. And the whole time I was thinking like, oh, they're just being nice because they're trying to suck me in. You know what I mean? But I'm not kidding. They were like they were like, oh, hey, how's it going? They were like all about, they were like, oh, that's cool. They're like, we believe, because I said something. And they were like, do you believe in God? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, so do we. They're like, think about it. You have to believe in God to be a devil worshiper. And I was like, oh yeah, I never really thought of that. They were just like, it was creepy.
That's funny.
All right, zombie listeners, we want some devil worshippers, but let's get some good ones.
Let's get them on here.
Let's get some good ones, like the ones that like burn cats and stuff.
No, we don't want those bastards on here.
Why not?
I'll tell you what we need to do. We need to get Lady Gaga's rebuttal to the God Hates Fags video.
Well, that's your job. All
right, I'll try and get her on the show.
Okay.
I'll call her up.
And Jen, your job is to get one of the guys from Chat Roulette on the show.
We're gonna do a show about people that hate fags and Jews. We got to do a show about people that hate cats.
Well, we can do it about cats,
I can't
but
stand
I'm not
cats.
Talk to somebody who burns cats.
I have a cat. I have a cat and I hate
it. You're a devil worshiper. I knew it.
Devil worshiper.
All right. Well, Dave, it was nice to cyber meet you again.
Yeah. Peace. I'm out.
Later,
guys.
Later, man.
Popcorn eaters.
All right. So that's it. Josh.
Yes.
Welcome back to Zombie Popcorn. Everybody else, thanks for listening. Hey, stay on the line.